I love Eurovision. I know, it's loud, it's camp, it's brash, it's about as musically relevant as stubbing your toe in the middle of the night and trying to scream as quietly as possible. But take the shameless fun of reality singing competitions and add in geopolitical conflicts. And I can't believe I only just discovered this. There's an Arctic version of Eurovision called Pan-Arctic Vision. In 2023 there was the first edition of it, and then in late 2024, was the second edition of it. So I can't believe it's taken me this long to find out that this exists. But I'm so glad that I found out this is a thing. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to explore this with you. Before we dive into the show, a bit of backstory and explanation. First off, who is participating? Eurovision, it's just an act from a country. So Ireland and Sweden and France send an act, blah blah blah. But Pan-Arctic Vision is ish the same, but not quite the same, because it is meant to be purely Arctic, and there's plenty of countries which have bits of them in the Arctic but not in the Arctic. So of course the US has Alaska, but the rest of it isn't. So the acts are chosen as Arctic territories rather than Arctic countries. So representing, we have Alaska, we have Nunavut in Canada, we have Nunavut, that's the Greenlandic for Greenland, Iceland, they got the whole country, Faroe Islands, the whole country. You have two Sapmi representatives, Norwegian Sapmi and Swedish Sapmi, and you have Lapland, so Arctic Finland, and in addition you have Russian Exiles, which is an interesting addition. I find that really... As if it's making it clear, no, we're going to get even more political. We're going to get even more overtly political than Eurovision. The contest, it's arranged by an organisation called Norting, which is an organisation based in northern Norway that is all about promoting social culture and promoting independence of the Arctic. I mean, it's obviously based in Norway, so it concentrates in Norway, but it does work all around the Arctic about sort of political advocacy for making more independent powers going into the Arctic. And this is the mascot.
Hey na la 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 hey yo.
I can't decide if this is horrifying or not. It's called the Arctic Beast, and it looks like as if when Luke Skywalker went inside the Tauntaun, he kind of decided he liked it there and decided to live out the rest of his life into Tauntaun. So Nodting wanted to create an event which allowed the Arctic territories to express themselves. So while it doesn't matter so much for things like Iceland, Faroe Islands, because they're there as the whole country, for things like Alaska and the northern regions of Norway, Sweden, Finland, the northern regions basically just get ignored all the time by the southern regions. You know, the power centres, the capital cities are always in the south. The north is always kind of avoided. So Nodting thought it was important to let the cultures of northern regions of these countries express themselves fully. The contest is being held in Greenland, so that was one of the votes they did in the last competition. The public got to vote, where shall we have it next year? And the public voted for Greenland. Alright, that's all the preamble that we need, so let's get into it. Let's get into 2024. Pan-Arctic Vision. Obviously I'll not be able to show all of the music from all the entries, YouTube music reasons, but the whole show is available on YouTube. So I'll try to find the highlights of the acts so you can get an idea of, you know, the qualities and what they're portraying, but feel free to watch along as well. Just search for Pan-Arctic Vision, find it, and we can watch it together. Alright, let's go!
We are in Nuuk, the capital of Nunavut.
It starts off with a nice lovely introduction, a bit of the history of Greenland. There's already the Arctic Beast monster thing is really showing himself off there. It's going to be interesting to keep track of him throughout the show, I think.
Nuuk were founded in 1728 when this man Hans Ede arrived in Nunavut. He was a quite odd man, this Norwegian-Danish priest. He believed so much in his God that he was willing to sail across the Atlantic Ocean in a time where there was lack of sanitation and nutrition that easily could kill you. All in order to make people believe in the same God as himself.
And the opening act of the show is trash drumming. Oh wow, is that one of the countries? Which country is the trash country? One of those sexy reindeer sticks shaped like a fish. Yeah, I said sexy reindeer. I'm taking no further questions on the matter.
Hello, Nunavut. Hello, Arctic friends and neighbors. Hello, world.
And this is so unbelievably charming in so many ways. It's a bit stunted, you know. You can tell the presenters are speaking English is probably their third or fourth language. They probably speak so many languages, and English is somewhere down the hierarchy.
And we also have with us audience from all over the Arctic tonight. Let's see if we can say hello to them. Are we able to get them on screen? We know they're out there. If they're not on the screen, they'll still be out there. All right. Oh, there they are. Look at them.
They're using Zoom to do some broadcasting around the world. That's going to go well, right? Nothing wrong's going to happen with using Zoom to broadcast the show to other countries.
So, we have 3 categories tonight. We want you to choose which one of these great Arctic songs you think is the most Arctic song. Then we want you also to choose the song that gives you the most feeling of community and togetherness. And finally, we want you to choose the most revolutionary song.
You can, think about that. I'll be rating them as well as I go on. And then I'll have kind of my own winners when we get to the end. And then we'll see how the public have voted. All right, so finally, let's get into it. We're in the first act of the show. It's Naya P from Greenland. All right, going with the home team, going strong.
Пиорсарсимассусарпут таммарникууарпут утерteqinniarsarivarput кисаамналуарпут утерteqissinaanерлутигу оqaатигуут
And when she was growing up, Inuit culture was kind of fading in Greenland, but it started to come back.
Kalaallisut kinaavunga qilanaarsaarpunga siullerpaamik panteralу apputtussaagattaa nuummi nunatsinni yamapaanerlunga taan takutinnissаа qilanaareerulorpara.
Kusa teketit uennut tekuti kusukkelua pati ellane ruvuti
Oh, make the North great again. I tell you what, well, this was filmed a fair few months before the guy over there said his stuff about Greenland, so under current circumstances, that's an interesting statement to make in Greenland. That didn't age very well at all. Oh, so Naya, that was a lovely song. It was chill, it was smooth, it was nice. I'm an awful music critic, so I really don't put any credit on what I think, really, but for me a bit too long was spent going singing abilities even worse than my critique, but it was a nice song. It was quite nice. Alright, rating time. Best Arctic song. So my thinking for that is does it represent the Arctic? You know, when I think Arctic, would I think of something that sounded like that? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. For Arctic, it's sung in her native language, which is great, but it's not really incorporating traditional elements. It's kind of quite a modern sounding track. So 6 out of 10. Feeling of community, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I feel that's a nice song that I could imagine a crowd of people all kind of connecting to and, you know, swaying to and having a nice time with. You know, it's a song I could see bringing people together. So 8 out of 10 community. Revolutionary, 5 out of 10. It's not a kind of song which makes you go, I'm going to go burn down a bank. But I could see this as being a bit of a hymn of togetherness. You know what I mean? And so in like an Indigenous culture, a hymn of togetherness, you know, that's a form of revolution in itself. So, you know, middle ground, 5 out of 10. Okay, well, great. That was Naya. Hope you enjoyed it.
One of the great things about Kuchler is that we used to gather around them and tell stories and also sing songs.
There's a little interlude now. We're learning about the... Alright, get ready for me trying to pronounce this. Kuchuk. So we learn about the Kuchuk, which is a really important piece of heritage about Arctic peoples. That's nice. It's a lamp which is used as a source of light and warmth and place where people gathered to share stories.
But why use the traditional lamp today?
Yeah, so I didn't grow up with a Kuchler. It wasn't in my home when I was younger. It was just in the recent years that I felt like I reconnected with the Kuchler.
All right, and next up we have Emil Carlson from Sapmi land in northern Norway. All right, Emil, what have you got to show us?
Mun namn Tjaukus Emil, tai Emil Raste Carlsen. Ja mun olen musiikkar, artista, neuftar.
There's a motorway that was built right through the village, which, I mean, that's absolute classic. Big government wants to force a small community to move from their land for whatever reason. Build a road, build a motorway right through the middle of them. I mean, that government's been doing that for a very long time and probably still keep doing it. But they are trying to get the road moved. Looks like they've got an agreement that the road will get moved, but it's not happened in a long time, so will it get moved? We'll see. Oh, hell yeah, Emil. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was a nice song. I liked that. All right, Arctic song. Okay, 9 out of 10. That felt good. That felt good in Arctic, especially comparing it to the last one. A native language incorporating Sami yoiking into the singing. Oh, fantastic. Traditional instruments. Sexy reindeer people dancing in the background. Yeah. 9 out of 10. Great. Community, 6 out of 10. Lovely song, and again, the kind of song I could imagine people kind of going, oh, that's nice, but I can't imagine this being like some big rousing thing. And the same thing for Revolution, 6 out of 10, let's say, for Revolution. Again, not a rousing hymn to overthrowing something. Just a very, very lovely traditional Sami song. All right, and next up, whoa. Icelandic black metal. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. I was fully expecting this show to be entirely just sort of, nice, acoustic, kind of traditional. Oh, we've got Icelandic black metal. All right. Yeah. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm watching this. Vampira from Iceland. And their background film is just, god damn it, we love black metal. It's just, there's nothing about them. There's nothing about we like Iceland, we like the Arctic. It's just It's just a bunch of teenagers going,
black metal.
you heard of black metal? Oh my god, I love black metal. No emotional stuff, no hardship, just ear bleeding, finger shredding, head banging tunes. Music is back, baby. Ooh, yeah, that was a really, really lovely surprise, and I'm glad that there's a range of genres to have everyone feeling included. So don't hate me in the comments when I say Arctic song 3 out of 10. It's not very Arctic, right? It's Nordic, and Nordic is somewhat Arctic. But I see black metal as being, as being this Nordic tradition. I don't see it as Arctic. No, it's not completely not Arctic. As I say, a bit of Nordic, that's why 3 out of 10. But maybe there'll be a culture of it coming. Maybe Vampira are starting something. In a few years' time, all we'll know is that Inuits are just going, ooh. But until then, 3 out of 10. Community, 5 out of 10. Because that is niche as hell. That's a genre that is niche as hell. So that means that it doesn't attract a big crowd, but the crowd it attracts is like the most loyal and into it crowd. So give it a 5. Revolution. Yeah, this is a song to get you pumped. 8 out of 10 for Revolution. If you were on the street wearing headphones and this came on, there's a pretty good chance you'll enter a fugue state, and then you'll suddenly wake up a week later. You've turned your local Target into a fortress against capitalism. Not 10 out of 10 because, nature of black metal, it's not really very understandable. I still know some Icelandic from when I lived there and didn't get a word of it.
You guys from Vampira, are you all awake? Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, the host seems pretty shell-shocked by that. I get it.
That is the flag of Norting. So we took the coat of arms of Norway and we cut off the head of the royal Norwegian lion. Nord means north. That's easy. And ting, that is an old word for assembly, a people's assembly, those who make the laws of the land. So Norting is an assembly for the north, the whole north, and nothing but the north.
I'm a bit of a flag freak. I collect flags, so it's pretty exciting.
If the people of the north had made the first world maps, we for sure would have seen the world like this. And when you see the world like this, you understand that the north is not a row of unconnected white dots at the edge of the world. The north is in fact the center of the world, and it is all connected. This is the Pan-Arctic vision, one unified northern community where people have the power to decide for themselves. We share history, we share climate, nature, attitude, we share the experience of being at the edge.
Oh yeah, that might be the most metal thing we've heard today. That's a power cry of a speech, that is. That's good. That 10 out of 10 Revolution, that is.
Jag är sångerska och musiker.
Alright, next up is Northern Sweden. So this is the other Sami act. So we have the Sami from Norway, and now we've got Swedish Sami. Great. Mirja Pallo with a song called Lullaby.
är inte mitt modersmål, men det är däremot ett språk som jag talar med mina barn varje dag. Kantelen har ju också väldigt gamla rötter från Finland, och jag har då finska rötter på min fars sida.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. It wasn't as lullaby-y as I expected, which is good. I was too hyped up on Vampira. So that's nice. That's calming but rousing at the same time. Really, really nice. Really traditional Arctic song. 9 out of 10. Another 9 out of 10. Felt really, really traditional. Community. I'm going to go 8 out of 10 for Community. I just get this feeling, this sense of bringing people together with that song. Revolution. 4 out of 10. I mean, it's lovely. It's really nice, but I'm barely opening a jar after listening to that. Never mind busting down doors and cracking skulls. Time for song number 5, and that brings us to Alaska.
You freaking American, oi! It's Kachung here on the lands of the Tlingit people.
Great, from the Juneau area of Alaska. And the artist's name is... Okay, I'm about to John Travolta this. I'm very sorry. Kakchun.
One and only Adele Dazeem.
Yeah, very cool. And he's singing for his daughter. That's nice. That's nice. All right, I'm on board. I'm on board with the guy whose name I will not pronounce another time. I like the song. I like the song, but Kakchun, you might want to look away for the close your ears for the scores I'm going to give you. I like the song, but Arctic, 2 out of 10. It feels like a typical kind of country folky song, which is fine. You know, as I say, it's a nice song. I feel like you could be from basically any country in the world and put that song out. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel Arctic to me. Community, 3 out of 10. It's too personal. It's a lovely song, but it's just too personal. It's about his daughter. His daughter's probably really happy that her dad made this song for her. That's great, but I don't see this as being the connector outside of his family. And Revolution, 2 out of 10. I mean, that's a nice folk song about a guy's daughter. Song number 6 out of 9, with 2/3 the way through. And it is Esta Skalla from the Faroe Islands with the song Dance on Roses. And I'm glad that the Faroes are here, because honestly, the Faroes is probably the single most forgotten about part of the Arctic.
Hej, jeg heter Esta Skalla, jeg er 25 år gammel, og jeg er til Panastic Vision at Ompa Førje. Leie som vi får framføre heter Danser Rolson, og det er et le som er nok så nere i hjørnet. Vi vet vel at noen av den erstiske London har haft en serie her av forstøy, og livet til være en vitt i nutiden.
I'll tell you what, she's got a lovely little apartment. I bet you sit down in that, just instantly get a perfect temperature cup of rosehip tea. Just suddenly appears in front of you if you sit in that apartment for more than 5 minutes. Real chill, real bouncy, real vibe of the apartment that she's got. I like that. That's nice. That's a lovely little song. Ratings, okay. Arctic song, 5 out of 10. Nice song, voluptuous reindeer people dancing, but quite modern and electric. So 5 out of 10. Community, 7 out of 10. She got the audience clapping along. She got people joining in. I bet you could get a room full of people singing along, clapping to that, having a good time. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Revolution, 3 out of 10. Don't feel particularly revolutionary in this song. I could imagine sitting down and having a nice cup of tea, having a good old cup of rosehip tea to this song, while you show someone the last 1,000 pictures of your cat you took earlier that day, but that's about as revolutionary as I think you're going to get with this song.
Before we go to the next song, I want to check in with one of our satellites.
We're having such a beautiful gang here. We feel like we're there with you.
We're glad. Thank you, Eva. We're going to the next song now.
Oh, no. Oh, no, she left her audio on. She didn't end the call. Why is no one ending the call? Oh, no, that's tragic. That's so funny. Do not go to the bathroom, Eva. Don't do it. All right, song number 7 is coming to us from the Russian Exiles. That's interesting. That is so interesting that they've got exiled Russians as part of it. Oh, that's revolutionary. I like that.
Привет, меня зовут Женя Гоман. Мой родной город находится в 2,5 часа езды примерно. Мурманск – это самый большой город за полярным кругом. Это был амбициозный проект Советского Союза по освоению Арктики. Когда мне было 10 лет, там жило 500 000 человек. А потом в 90-е все пошло не так. В какой-то момент я подумал, что, может быть, даже когда я вырасту, я стану почетным жителем города Мурманска, а в итоге стал возможной угрозой Российской Федерации. Такое вот повышение получается.
He's calling that a promotion. That is badass. That is so cool. And now he's singing us a song about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. All right. Probably not so Arctic, right? I mean, it's about European stuff. But yeah, I bet it's going to be real good on the revolution scale.
Снаряды, в ушах с утра звучит тревога, и нет конца, лишь знаю только правило 2 стен. Я на коленях, пока кто встает с колен.
Mr. Incredible does it again. Oh, he's got the full-on Mr. Incredible mask. And I like the song. Mr. Incredible's punk phase was going strong. I like that. Arctic song. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Don't feel super connected to the Arctic with that song. But it is really good. So, 3 out of 10. Community. That's good. That's a good community song. 8 out of 10. This feels like a warrior poet song, you know what I mean? This feels like something that gets people into it, gets people interested. And Revolution, yeah, 9 out of 10. Yeah, that is real high on the Revolution scale. There's a lot of rage in that song. Song number 8, and this takes us to Nunavut in Canada. This is proper traditional Inuit. I'm excited with this. Proper traditional Inuit throat singing from Eva and Angu from Nunavut. And these two, Eva and Angu, they are really gorgeous and really charming. I bet this will be great.
Is a form of musical expression. It's also a game between Inuit women where there's a leader and a follower. There will be one sound by the leader and the follower mimics that sound a half a second later, and the sounds overlap.
Oh my god. That was amazing. Oh my god. Wow. I am speechless. That was good. Oh my god. Someone crack open the heavens. Let the angels pour forth because there's some new angelic music for ye to hear. Oh wow. I tell you what, if you're gonna go back and listen to any of the full songs from this is the one. Arctic song 10 out of 10. This is Arctic music. That is just poetry. That is mastery of vocal arts. That is incredible. And the fact that they even said it in the video of this is sort of semi-improvised. That they do it, and oh my god, that is amazing. Community. 8 out of 10. Real good community. I like that. There's a real shared connection between the two of them. You know, they're like head to head together, sharing a single microphone. It feels like such a connection. You know, it really feels like a song to connect people and connect to community. Absolutely love it. And Revolution. 8 out of 10. I'm giving that good on Revolution. Because that feels like such a pure expression of Indigenous art, which for the longest time has been suppressed. That the fact that expressing it is a form of revolution. And it's so pure in that expression that this has to be a revolutionary piece of art. Hear the crowd at the end there. Hear that crowd going absolutely nuts. That is amazing. That's a thing of beauty. Okay, and that's the penultimate song. I feel very sorry for whoever's coming next.
Talon Kundikalali has made his song about his dear homeland, Lapland in northern Finland. His name of the song is Make Lapland Great Again.
Make Lapland Great Again. Killer title. Love it. Love it.
Meillä on talonpoika Lalli, 35-vuotias rap-artisti.
We have the Finnish rapper Talonpoika Lalli. Great. He's even got a malaka. That is such good trolling. That's really cool. I like that. I like that.
On ulkomaiset kaivosyhtiöt, jotka tulevat tänne Lappiin ryöväämään mineraalejamme.
Lalli, he's such an Arctic redneck. I never knew Arctic rednecks could exist. Oh, fantastic. He definitely drives around on like the biggest snowmobile you've ever seen, getting wasted off of alcohol made from cloudberries.
Make Lapland great again. 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 Pidetään Lappi Lappina. Hei, mulla on tässä täys kattila. Ruopanen laillinen hatsia, et jaksaa puolustaa itsenäistä Lappia. Ohittaa pikkutarkka sääntöjä maa ja kansakaduille kapinoi maa sun make Lapland great again. Make Lapland great again. Make Lapland great again. Make Lapland great again.
Yeah, that's good. That's an absolute bop. Like that. Redneck country, Celtic strings, river dancing. Yeah, all right. Sure, put all that in there. Make Lapland great again. And the hypnotic reindeer people. Arctic song, 7 out of 10. Doesn't sound too Arctic-y, but it is undoubtedly about the Arctic. It's undoubtedly, this is about Lapland, about the Finnish Arctic, so give it a 7. Community, another 7. Let's give Community another 7 out of 10. There's a lot of opportunity for the crowd to get involved, you know, make Lapland great again, make Lapland great again. And Revolution, 9 out of 10. This is a call to arms for Lapland. This is an absolute call to arms. And like the whole Mala movement, it's 2 middle fingers. One to Southern Lapland and one to the guy who I don't want to mention. That was all the songs. All right, we did it. We got through all the songs. Great. So, now I guess there's going to be a voting period. They're going to open up the polls and let people vote. Great. So I'll keep watching along. If there's anything really interesting, I'll bring that to you. Otherwise, I might just skip ahead to the voting. And you get a chance to think of your own winners as well, and then we can have an argument about it in the comments later. Oh, interesting. You can vote for your own country. That's interesting. So Eurovision doesn't do that. Eurovision says you can vote for anyone but your own country, which honestly to me makes sense, right? Like Eurovision is a geopolitical mess of nationalism. So everyone ends up voting just for the country they like the most more than the song. The song quality only makes up about 10% of what the votes are worth in Eurovision. It's just, you know, Sweden votes for Denmark every single time. Normally, while you're waiting for the votes, Eurovision will do sort of a quick recap. But in this, they're doing something different. I was expecting a replay. But no, everyone's back on stage and everyone's singing a bit of a different song. Alaskan guy. What, man? This is that's so much better. This song is so much better than the one you sang earlier. What are you doing? I tell you, it's so cool to see the Icelanders. They're all covered in makeup like the Joker just dumped them, like standing next to all these traditional outfits from people trying to be like, no, we're traditional Arctic. And they're just like, death metal!
Калина моя, да малина моя, тесна лесенка в терем, да кадуняшина кровать.
That was North United in song. Thank you, everyone. Now the vote is closed.
Okay, voting's closed. All right, I hope you were quick. I actually did try. I tried scanning the barcode to see about, like, is it still open? Can I still vote? And it asked me like, pay to reopen this QR code. Now, interesting. If I pay, can I vote? Can someone do that for me? I'm not monetized yet. I'm not doing that. So subscribe and I'll do it.
Which song did you think was the most Arctic?
All right, and they're asking someone in the audience, who did you vote for?
That's hard. But I think I'm gonna have to go with get that Czech song from Nunavut. Yeah. Which is also where my kids are from.
He's voting for himself. Yeah. Democracy never works, people. So everyone's allowed to vote. Everyone watching it was allowed to vote. But now they're deciding, do votes from foreigners count? If you were outside the Arctic when you voted, does that count?
Should the votes from the rest of the world be counted or not?
Do you want me to decide?
I think maybe everybody should decide.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, people, are you ready for one more vote?
I bet they don't, right? All right, great. Time for the results. Right, so before we get into their results, let's say mine. So what did I rank? My rankings, best Arctic song, obvious winner was the Nunavut throat singing, right? I think you all knew that was coming. It got the only 10 out of 10. I was too blown away by that. Pure Arctic. Community. I actually had a 4-way tie, right? I gave 4 8 out of 10. Nunavut, Greenland, Sweden, and Russia, I gave them all an 8.
No time to think, Ethan.
Okay, I've decided I'm giving it to Sweden for the lullaby. As I said, I just felt... That is probably the song where I felt the most warm community connection to it. I'm giving that to the Swedish Sapmi. Revolution, the Frenchiest award. Where's that going? Okay, I've got a 2-way tie. The Russian warrior poet and the Finnish independence song. Interesting.
Don't rush me, Mr. Editor.
And my winner is Finland. Okay. I'm going to say Finland edges it because it's the most vocal call for revolution, I would say. I would say it's the most overtly revolutionary. So, Make Lapland Great Again takes best revolution. Great. But my vote does not matter in the slightest. I am making this 6 months after the show was on. So, who is actually taking the prizes home? Let's find out. Oh,
What do we
no, first
do
off is
with the
foreigners.
votes
Will
from
they
the
be
rest
allowed?
of the world?
Does my vote count?
We have a result for that too. Yep. The result of the last vote, should the votes from the rest of the world be counted, is a no.
No, it doesn't! My vote doesn't count. Ignore anything I've said. Take that, you southerners, you filthy southerners. And I like that in the kind of asking the guy who's clearly got the results. You know, he doesn't hand over an envelope. He doesn't whisper in his ear. He just gives a very sad thumbs down, like he's some Roman emperor who really wanted his mum to make it out alive, but he didn't fight the tigers well enough.
Are you ready?
All right, here we go. Here we go. Ah, I'm excited. Most Arctic song.
The winner of the prize for the most Arctic song, Pan-Arctic Vision 2024 is... Eva and Angu.
Nunavut. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, no doubt, right? Yes. Amazing. Yes. Perfect Arctic song. Absolutely perfect.
The
Most
winner
community song.
of
Okay.
the prize for the song
I gave it to Swedish
that gives us the
Sami,
most
and it
feeling of
goes.
community and togetherness, Pan-Arctic Vision 2024 is... Emil Karlsson.
Norwegian Sami. Interesting. I only gave it a 6, I think. I'm a filthy southern foreigner. Of course I got it wrong.
The
And
winner
most revolutionary
of the prize
song.
for this year's
Okay.
most revolutionary song, Pan-Arctic Vision 2024 is... Evgeny Goman.
Russia, yeah. I get that. I get that. It's probably the deserved winner, right? Realistically, it's probably more a cry for genuine resistance rather than make Lapland great again. All right, good job, Mr. Incredible. Oh, you're winning all the awards. I tell you what, you won Elastigirl and you won this. Anything you didn't win?
What place in the Arctic is the lucky host of next year Pan-Arctic Vision? So we're gonna talk with the satellites now to get the points.
All right, they're doing it full on Eurovision style, where they go to the different countries and get their votes. That's weird. It's like they're considering this the biggest vote. All right, so this voting period for which country gets to host it next was an absolute technical travesty. Oh my god, this was so bad. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of skip through it because it took them absolutely ages to get all the votes for these. So I'm gonna kind of skip through it. I've watched it and I'm gonna go back over it because you definitely don't want to stay here for another half an hour just trying to figure out who's hosting the next edition. But if you want to see the whole crazy technological failings that this had, you can go and watch the show yourself, as I said. Great. So we'll get to their votes now.
And first, we're going to Alaska, Anchorage.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I am looking at 12 points for our region, Juneau, Alaska.
Alaska votes for
Juneau,
themselves.
Alaska. 12 points.
Var ikke det også, var det?
Nunavut, are you with us?
Nunavut votes for no one. No connection.
Góða kvöldi.
Iceland
Welcome
votes
to
for
Reykjavik. We have, of course, given 12 points to ourselves because we want you to come to
themselves.
Reykjavik.
Great, yeah. That's why you don't let people vote for themselves.
You're matching
Okay,
the
this is
Vampira
going
too, so
well.
it makes sense. Torshavn, can you hear us?
Faroe Islands. No one, no connection. Sapmi
Unfortunately, I
land.
have not gotten the results, so maybe you can help me out.
Don't have the
To
results.
Eva Svaneblom in Tromsø, which is handing out the points for the Sapmi.
Zamiland don't
people
have
of
the
Sapmi.
results. This is
We have
chaos.
those results. Really? Are we having trouble with that?
And they cut back to like the show, and they don't have the. No
I
one has the
think we have
results.
I think we have
Who
problems
was
with
counting
that.
these votes? I feel for the host so much. She is absolutely being left to die out on that stage.
It's gonna be a long night. Guys, I hope you have drinks and food with you.
Oh, no. That is really unfair on her.
Northern Sweden is here!
Right, Northern Sweden.
Yes!
Oh. Hey. 12 points from Sweden goes to Northern Sweden.
Vote for
Northern
themselves.
Sweden!
We're back to Sapmi.
So now
Okay,
we
we're
have the
back.
results.
And
the results from Sapmi saying what area of the Arctic needs a prize and deserves the chance to arrange the next edition of Pan-Arctic Vision is Russia in Exile.
oh, they vote for Russia. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
They voted for
It's
Russia.
ambitious.
Who are you
Got
giving your
Norway on the
12
line.
points to?
Okay.
Our 12 points go to Russian Arctic Exile.
2 in a row for Russia. Okay, Nunavut. What does Canada vote for?
Hey. And where does the 12 points from Nunavut goes to?
Russia.
Russia? In exile?
Russia.
Are you sure?
This is going to be a bit of a logistical nightmare if this goes the way it's going. All right. They're showing us the
here's the score.
scores. Right,
you can see on the screens?
There's more votes going than just the ones they're announcing. So it's a Nunavut-Russia tie at the minute. So Canada, Russia, right.
Yeah,
all right, finish Lapland. Who do you vote for?
Greetings from Finland, northern Finland. Finland gives
Finland.
12 points to Finland! Talonpoikalalli!
Themselves. Make Lapland great again. You've got to vote for yourself after that.
I have the votes.
Greenland
and I can
votes
see you, and
for.
I can hear you, and it's perfect here. Connection is perfect.
I like this connection.
So, Gadashit, the people of Gadashit Nunad, they love Pan-Arctic vision, so they want to be hosts again. Woo! What? Points to Gadashit Nunad.
Themselves again. They want to host it 2 times in a row. Oh, love it. Oh, I'm glad this had such a nice time. That's nice. Faroe
Can we
Islands.
get the votes from the Faroe Islands?
Yeah, the votes from the Faroe Islands are 12 points go to the Faroe Islands.
Votes for themselves. Yes. Okay, and last up is the Russian Exiles. Right.
The Russian Arctic Exiles voted 12 points for the Russian Arctic Exiles.
Vote for themselves. Right. How many voted for themselves? Alaska, Iceland, Sweden, Greenland, Faroe Islands, Russia. So funny. So 6 out of 9 nations voted for themselves. The 3 that didn't voted for Russia. But looking at the final scores, Nunavut's taking the prize at the end. I guess Nunavut was probably everyone's second choice and ended up taking the prize at the end. There we have it, folks. Pan-Arctic Vision 2025 is going to Nunavut. Oh, here we go. So this one was held, about 6 months ago. So I guess we're probably talking September, October in Nunavut. I'll look up the details. I didn't want to look it up beforehand because I knew it would spoil the winners. But I'll look it up. Maybe if I find something about where it is, hey, I might try and go. And wouldn't that be cool if we all went? Wouldn't that be really cool?
See you in Nunavut next year, everybody.
All right, and to finish off, we've got one last song that's really cool. Actually, it's a Sapmi song that was sung at the 1980 Eurovision Song Contest representing Norway. I never knew about that. All right, everyone. As we finish off, as we close off the show, I want to give the biggest congratulations of all to our embattled host, Nina. She did a great job struggling with, speaking English as probably a third language. all the crazy connection issues, all the problems that happened. She went through it like a champ. She was a trooper going through that. Second biggest thanks to the reindeer people. If you're listening to this, please go to Nunavut in a few months' time, and I'll meet you there. Okay? No reason. Alright, hope you've all had a great time. I've had a really, really good time with this. I've been looking forward to doing this video ever since I heard about this song contest. This was loads of fun. It was a big learning experience for me. I definitely learned a lot about some cultures and music things that I didn't know about. I hope you've had fun and maybe learned something as well. As I say, go watch the whole show. It's worth it. It's really, really good fun, the whole thing. Celebrate the Arctic every day. Keep your own traditions alive. Doesn't matter where in the world you're from, where are you coming to me from, keep your own traditions alive. It is important. I promise you, these things are important. Live well, my friends all around the world. Stay safe, stay warm. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.